Hey, Loco sports fans, Loco Hoops fans in particular, welcome to another edition of the Loco Hoops Report. I'm Justin Jarrett, Marcus Walsh from WHHI TV, sitting in for Wes this week. Wes getting some R&R, well deserved. I mean, we've all been
No
grinding
kidding.
all winter long, after grinding all fall long, and it starts to wear on you. But Wes getting a little R&R up north this week, so wishing him well. Missed talking with him. I missed talking with him last night. It was nice having Javon on with us, but always love hearing Wes's perspective on things. But happy to have you in the co-pilot's chair tonight, Marcus. You'll be covering
Happy to
Whale
be here.
Branch and Bridges prep tomorrow night, so we'll talk about that a little bit more later on. But we'll get into some scores from tonight. We got quite a few. We've been able to track down quite a few tonight. On the girls' side, Bluffton 47, James Island 43, Colleton County 53-49 over May River. Hilton Head, a big win, 55-52 over Lucy Beckham. Just saw some video, very cool gesture by both teams. Linda Young, who has missed her senior season for the most part due to injury, able to get in and make a bucket on senior night. And then, of course, they gave up a freebie at the other end to even things out. But always great to see that sportsmanship, and we'll pull up that video a little bit later on. Looking for Philip Simmons Battery Creek score. Hanahan 29-17 over Buford. I'm pretty sure
Oh,
the football teams scored more when they played each other.
yeah.
Ridgeland Hardyville 48-45 over Edisto. Another big win for the Jags, who have really started to turn the corner. Could be dangerous in the playoffs. Patrick Henry 58-45 over BA. Lillian Lucas with 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. Almost a triple-double. Laney Futch with 15 points and 14 boards. And Kamira Freeman had 32 for BA in a losing effort. No score yet from Hilton Head Prep Portergoud or JP2 Thomas Hayward. HHCA, big win for the girls, 57-32 over Woodville Tompkins. Devin Yard hit 1,000, so we'll talk about that in more detail later on. Got some video from that as well. Looking for Bluffton James Island on the boys' side. We do have Colleton County May River, 51-37 Cougars. Brian Hamilton with 17. Mykeen Gant and Nick Williams, 12 apiece. Tanner Macy, 11. Colleton County keeping pace with James Island with just a slim hope of still winning that region title if they can actually better than slim. They're a game back in the loss column, but if they can finish tied, they have the tiebreaker, I believe, on point differential head to head. So we'll see how it shakes out. Still got 2 games left this week. Crazy week. Philip Simmons, Battery Creek, looking for that one, as well as Lucy Beckham, Hilton Head. Buford beat Hanahan 48-38. I initially typed that wrong. We got some highlights from that one coming from Buford's Own later on. Ridgeland Hardyville at Edisto. That one was still going late into the night. It was senior night at Edisto. Waiting on a final score for that one. Patrick Henry, boys, 67-56 over BA. I've got some highlights from that one to show you later. Davion Glover with 18 to lead the way for Patrick Henry. Porter Gad, 66. Hilton Head Prep, 53. Waiting on JP2, Thomas Hayward. And Woodville Tompkins beats Hilton Head Christian 74-64. That's a really good Woodville Tompkins team. So solid effort tonight from HHCA. But that's what's happening in our neck of the woods, Marcus. Any big takeaways from anything you saw tonight?
Well, I just have to say that Hilton Head's ladies just continue to really impress me. Kind of a crazy day here, just in general. But I'm going to be talking about them and a whole lot more on Talk of the Town on WHHI TV tomorrow.
All
Typically,
right.
they record on Tuesdays, but due to some crazy, wacky South End power outages,
I heard about
it
this
was
today.
nuts.
This was quite an ordeal.
Absolutely, absolutely crazy. So a lot of the programming that you typically see on Tuesdays will film and get going as soon as possible. But so I'll be on tomorrow before I head out, and I've got other stuff to do there at the station before I head out to Whale Branch.
Out to
Yeah,
the
just
brook.
taking a look at some of those scores, Justin. Hilton Head absolutely just cruising, working
Big win.
hard, and a huge win against a really good basketball team in 7-4A. I've mentioned it a lot in terms of the girls in 7-4A. What I've seen, Bluffton to me looks like the best from the eye test that
Oh
I've
yeah.
seen. But I mean, there are a
They
lot of
got
those teams
challenged
there.
tonight. They got a test tonight. They only beat I didn't get that score in my ticker somehow. But they only beat James Island by 4 tonight on the road. So good effort from James Island, but still,
Yeah,
Bobcats get it done. They're very good, and I would guess they probably didn't have their best game tonight if it was that close, and they still got out of there with a dub against a
I
good
would
team.
agree.
Lucy Beckham, I thought, was the second best team in the region, but that's a big win for Hilton Head. That
Huge.
kind of shakes things up a little bit. And check this out, super cool. As I mentioned, Linda Young getting the score. The opening bucket. I gotta turn that volume down a little. Woo, coming in hot.
That's
Here we
awesome.
go. First bucket since Earl Campbell, I think. Earl Campbell preseason tournament.
Wow.
Obviously not a lot of mobility in that right knee at the moment,
Nice.
but very cool that they were able to give her that opportunity and moment, and then obviously to let them have a freebie at the other end to make up for the kind gesture. But no, that's awesome stuff. Love to see it, and and then the other cool one from the Twitters. Uh, here we go. Here we go. 7 yard.
Yeah, I saw this too. That girl can ball.
She got the bath.
Just
That looks
absolutely
cold.
sensational. That does
That
look
looks
cold.
straight up cold. No bueno for me. But
Yeah.
no, very cool for that kid. We've had a rash of 1,000 point scorers lately, boys and
Yeah.
girls. Whole bunch of kids hitting that milestone, which is cool to see because it takes some longevity. I mean,
Absolutely.
it's unless you're like a really high volume scorer, you usually don't get it in just a couple of years. It usually takes you got to contribute for 3 or 4 years to
Yep.
get to that number. So it's a big deal
And the fact that I'm going to
to
see
get that far.
Marion Wilson tomorrow,
That's
he's
right.
another one, and I think he's going to have a chance to certainly impact this team, the rest of the way this year, next year, and as we talked about last week too, even going back to his Buford Academy days,
Yeah.
he has had a really really good career of high school basketball, and definitely one that I'm going to look out for and look forward to see it in my eyes on tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, they're gonna try to get physical with him and get him in foul trouble, I'm sure. Because that's he is a force. So when you take him off the floor, it kind of changes the dynamic for Bridges because he's able to turn a lot of in high school basketball, you get a lot of poor shot selection. You get guys jacking shots they shouldn't be jacking, but when you got a guy like that who can go rip down the board and turn it into two, you can live with a lot of that stuff. So no, he's been terrific. Other things that stood out: Colleton County girls beating May River. I didn't anticipate that. May River girls have
It's
kind of slid the
impressive.
wrong direction here in the second half. That Hilton Head girls one is huge. I'm looking for. We're gonna watch the highlights from Hanahan Buford girls here in a minute and see how that 29-17 game shook out. I think it was like 12-9 at halftime, so that should be
Wow.
fun. Um, Patrick Henry, both teams, boys didn't look particularly sharp tonight, but they're very talented and they still got the job done. Colleton County boys winning at May River is big, bouncing back after losing to James Island by 2. I still think they are really really dangerous. They got a lot of nice pieces on that team. Nice one for Buford boys. Yeah, so let's shout out some sponsors and then check out some highlights. What do you say?
All right. Sounds
We
great.
may have friends stopping by tonight. We may not. Tuesday nights, people are tired. I'm tired. The MVP sponsors of Lowco Sports, Megan Jarrett, the official realtor of Lowco Sports, and my wife. She would love to help you find your place in the Lowco and put down an anchor in the best place because she's with the new Anchor Home Group of Keller Williams of the Lowcountry, and she would love to help you find the perfect home right here in the Lowco. So call on Megan Jarrett, the official realtor of Lowco Sports, and my wife. And homegrown home inspections will make sure it's a great investment because they're the official home inspectors of Lowco Sports. And Jan Lucas and his team are the best in the business in the Lowco when it comes to making sure that you're buying a house that is up to spec and going to meet your needs. So call on homegrown home inspections before you make that real estate deal. Mickelson Law Firm is the official real estate closing attorney of Lowco Sports and our original sponsors. They've been around with us since 2017. We love Ryan and Tiffany and the Mickle squad, so call on them for all your legal needs. And Hospice Care of the Lowcountry, the official hospice care of Lowco Sports, the only not-for-profit hospice in Southern Beaufort County. I've heard there are rumors that they're going away from not-for-profit. Not true. They're staying not-for-profit. They're just expanding their fundraising efforts so that they can continue to provide more valuable services to our community. So continue to support hospice care of the Lowcountry with those charitable dollars. And because at hospice care, it's not about dying, it's about living. So Marcus, those are our MVP sponsors. And we appreciate their support making all this possible. We need more of them for sure. So if you're a business owner out there or a decision maker and you want to hear your business, shout it out here on our live shows every night talking local sports in the South Carolina Low Country, please hit us up at locosports@gmail.com. Let's check out some highlights, man. I went over to the Isle of Ladies. Saw the Patrick Henry boys against Beaufort Academy. I did not make it in time for the girls. Stricklander texted me the girls' score when I was about 4 minutes out getting a drink at Parker's. But Clay Lore, couldn't get it to go. Clay Lore's an outstanding individual, though. Grant Newton or AJ Newton. Grant Newton, yeah. AJ's the one at Beaufort. I get him crossed up. AJ Newton, nice and one. That got BA on the board. They were being shut out 8-0 early. They got down. It was like 21-19. Ooh, nice three from Rowan Croft. He had a nice game. He is an underrated point guard, I will say. I hadn't seen him that much this year, but I like the way he controls the pace and gets to the rack there. But they did not get any rolls on that rim in the first half. It was 21-9, Patrick Henry at one point, and then BA went on a little run to close the second half and got within 7. Kind of just stayed arm's length like that most of the second half, and then I bailed out, and I believe Patrick Henry won by 9. So Glover got it going, made some threes in the second half to keep them a little bit of a distance. But Patrick Henry boys, I think, are a factor in Skiza 1A, Skiza 2A rather.
Yeah.
And then the girls, they're not bad either. They got a big one with Coach Belinda coming to the farm on Friday, I believe. So that one will be fun. Their former coach now, Carlton Prep. They'll look forward to that one. So there's your Skiza highlights that I have for tonight. And we got some Beaufort's own highlights from the Beaufort games as well. So let's check those out. Javon may pop in later, but I know he's been running on fumes like the rest of us. Oh,
Absolutely.
There she is. Carson Crosby. She's been on fire lately. Gave Beaufort an early lead. Buckets. Nice. I haven't seen this Beaufort girls team in person, which is it's hard to get out to the girls sometimes, especially away from home. I have fatherly responsibilities in the afternoons. Oh, stuff. Carson Crosby. Carson Crosby is legit. She's only a sophomore. She's been putting up big numbers. I've been watching these highlights and seeing what she does, and she's going to be a really good player for them. Solid post. You can't go wrong with a solid post in girls basketball, high school girls basketball.
Yeah, it's pretty pivotal.
Changes the game. It really does. If you got one who can do it at both ends of the floor, it really changes the game. Because I mean, so many buckets are on drives to the basket, and if you have someone who can defend the rim in the middle, it changes that. Guards can't just drive to the basket and throw stuff up. But there aren't that many good ones. The girls that develop early and get tall, a lot of times they just don't have the coordination.
I say all the time too, whether it's girls or guys, fundamentals are key. And I just love seeing really good fundamental. I mean, it doesn't matter which sport, to be frank, but especially with basketball, love seeing great fundamental basketball.
Well, I do too, and I'm becoming more of a snob for it. I start getting frustrated when I see. I didn't grow up playing basketball, so I didn't. It took me a while to absorb good fundamental basketball and understand what it was. But now it starts to frustrate me when it's bad. I also here's one for the kids. Listen to your dang coach. If he says one shot, that doesn't mean shoot a three with 16 seconds left on the clock. And if he
Right.
says run the offense, that doesn't mean one pass and a three. You
That's
know,
right.
like come on, use your heads, fellas. Ladies, listen. Guys don't listen. They think they got it all figured out.
Yes.
All right, so Hannah opened it up late, but man, Buford, they played a good game plan, keep it low scoring, gave themselves a that was a long one. Goodness. Gave themselves a chance in this game until second half late. Pretty good effort. Buford girls who continue to get much better, and we got the guys too. Courtesy of Buford's own.
Courtesy of Buford's
Vaughn.
own.
Whoa,
Vaughn.
what happened?
Whoa, what happened?
My phone's about ready to go on the fritz.
That's what
Looking for a
happened.
charger.
That's what happened.
I'm gonna mute you for a
I'm
moment.
gonna mute.
Marcus is on walkabout, and so we're gonna watch some Buford's own Buford High highlights. We back?
We back?
No,
No.
your mic's still messed up. Technical difficulties here on the Lowco Hoops Report, but checking out some Buford Hilton Head. See if we're better.
How about
See if
now?
we're better now.
I'm still getting a lot of
I'm still
feedback
getting a lot
off
of
you, buddy.
feedback off you, buddy.
All right, I'm gonna go back to where I was.
All right.
All right.
I think it has to do with
your speaker settings, though.
All right, there we go. I'm gonna mute you until you figure that out. I'm hearing myself coming back on your mic, Marcus. Technical producing in the middle of the show. Gotta love it. Amani Cleckley. Slicing and dicing. Hanahan's having a tough season. I did hear Javon say, though, that one of the young men who's leading them is a seventh grader, which is impressive. See if I'm still picking myself up. Yep. Might want to just check on your settings tab. See what your speaker's set to or your mic settings. This game was a scrap. Hanahan's having a tough year, but they came in and fought against Buford. Oh, nice dish. Big man. That's AJ Newton. See what happens here. Yep, still echoing. 3 on the way from Samari Bonds. Man, Buford was down 2 nearing halftime. Bonds with the big 3. Inside to the big Newton. Samari again. Oh man, that's a nice run to end the half. Pivotal run, one might say. Down 2 to up 6. Oh, nice move, Cleckley. Nice take. Nice back out for 3. Samari. Samari can fill it up. Let's see if Marcus's mic's fixed now. Nope. There we go. Technical difficulties on Marcus's end, but we'll get it sorted out here. Checking out some highlights. Buford and Hanahan, boys. Buford up 6, third quarter. Oh, swiped away. Oh, man. Physical game, no call. That might have been clean, actually. Oh, nice transition bucket. Not sure who 23 is. Offhand. Oh, nice take, big fella. Grant Newton. And then Samari. Slamming it down. Eagles up by 9. And I watched the last little bit on my way home from BA. Not really watched because I was driving, but had it on. And pretty much just stayed about a 9-point game rest of the way. Buford tough on D tonight. Only gave up 38. Solid effort. Nice work, Blackman. Powering it up. And then a free throw, Jay. Splash. I'll check your
Anything
mic.
off me, JJ?
Hey, let's see.
I turned myself down way down.
I still got a. Can you turn your volume on me down? Like your output volume?
I'm just turning my volume down on my phone.
That's getting better. Yep, that's getting better.
How about now?
Better. If you
Okay,
got
I'll just
headphones,
keep
that
it
would be
real
even
low then.
better. Headphones would be even better.
Sorry about that.
All good. If you got headphones, that'd be great.
Hmm.
11-point game late. I'll mute you while you look for them. Still hanging around 13. I think that's the big fella. He said was a 7th grader. If that's the case, goodness. A big guy's got some skills inside. Hanahan will be a problem again soon. Buford won't need to worry about him though. He'll be back in 4A next year. Close out, but too late. Got it back down to 9, but that's where it ended for Buford. So the Eagles with a big region win take the dub, and they locked into the 3 seed in the playoffs. So we'll see what they get as far as a matchup when the brackets come out next week. Varsity sponsors of Lowco Sports: DDS Web Design, building, hosting, and maintaining websites that get results for businesses and nonprofits. So if you need to get found online so you can do more and think bigger, call on DDS at ddshhi.com. Parker Law Group, saw some of our friends from the Parker Law Group tonight over at BA. Love what they do supporting legal needs across Colleton, Hampton, and Jasper counties, and supporting us in our mission to shine a light on the student athletes and teams who are repping the Lowco. So thanks to Parker Law Group for their varsity sponsorship. Reverence Wrestling Club, the official wrestling sponsor of Lowco Sports and the presenting sponsor of the Lowco Grind, our wrestling podcast. We got a lot of action going on right now. Duels just wrapped up. We got individual state tournaments coming up the next few weeks. So looking forward to talking more wrestling on the Lowco Grind, presented by Reverence Wrestling Club. And Dr. Ambrose Cole at Rooted Living Wellness is my chiropractor. Best one I know. He'll get you feeling right, mind, body, and spirit. And there's lots of great folks over at Rooted Living. So go see them over there. They're a varsity sponsor of Lowco Sports, and you can become a varsity sponsor by hitting us up at lowcosports@gmail.com and support our grassroots local sports coverage that shines a light on the teams and student athletes having success in the Loco. Let's see how Marcus is doing over there.
This is how it's gonna have to be.
All good. Try to turn it down as much as you can, so we don't get too much feedback. Let me try editing your settings as well. That didn't help.
I mean, I've got you about as low as I can get you.
And still be able to hear me. Yeah. We got to get you some headphones, Bubba.
Yeah, I thought a pair of something.
No such luck. Well, nonetheless, I don't know too much more what else we've got to talk about, to be honest with you. I miss Wes's banter. He's got so much to say. But we'll talk a little more hoops with Devin Yard. Obviously, hitting 1,000 points tonight is a huge deal. And you know, I've been so impressed with her over the years. She's been very unselfish and you know, not. She's always been content to not have the stats, you know, like she's the distributor, she's the facilitator. But she's been called on a little bit more to lead the offense this year and score. And it's been fun to get to see her do that, because you knew she could, and she just didn't always need to. But when she takes over a game, man, at JP2 a few weeks ago, she was unbelievable. And I look forward to seeing those two go to head again Friday, because you know, I think that's still an interesting matchup. But Hillside Christian seems to be really rounded into form in time for the playoffs. That win tonight, dominating Woodville Tompkins, was impressive.
The game that I saw of theirs against Hilton Head Prep, and certainly on the Hilton Head Prep guys' side, I was extremely impressed with both of those teams. But yeah, yards tremendous. She can literally do it all, and that team is just like you said, rounding into form. JJ, and they have so many athletes that just step up and get it done. And we say that about a lot of these teams in this area. But the ones that really shine, that have a deep chance to make the playoffs and really battle for state,
Yeah.
I think HHCA is definitely one of them. I think prep on the guys' side is possibly one of them. Bluffton girls, I talk about a lot. These teams are really, really special, and I expect them to continue to have it going.
Yeah, I agree with you on all those. I'll throw Hampton County boys in the mix. They're ranked fourth right now in Class 2A boys, which is another thing we were going to talk about. Rankings: Bluffton ranked third in the 4A girls, Hampton fourth in 2A boys, and then in 1A you've got Whale Branch at number 7, Bridges at number 8, and you get to see part 2 of that Donnybrook tomorrow in Seabrook. So I know you're looking forward to that.
I really am. Last year, saw a couple of really good games, a couple of very tight games until the guys' game got a little bit out of hand towards the end. 83-70, the final score of that one, and 31-29, the final score of the ladies' game last year. I really expect a lot of the same. I know the girls are struggling on both sides for Whale Branch and Bridges Prep, but a lot of those players are back, really well coached. And then the guys, I mean, I talk about it all the time. And the case isn't this way for Bridges because they don't have a football team, at least as far as I know. But especially with Whale Branch, they've got all these maulers that play football that are going to be ready to be physical and get after it at home. I really expect both teams, or all four teams, to play well and both games to be really well played. I say low scoring game, certainly for the girls' side of things, and look out for points. Take the over in the guys' game.
Depends on how they call it. They usually call those games pretty tight, so you probably get a lot of free throws. But sometimes they'll just let them scrap, and it's really hard to score because everybody's getting hacked every time down the floor. Girls game, Whale Branch has come on lately, and I was texting with Latoya Mack the other day, and she said, she finally just let the young brigade lead, just kind of let them move in and take over, and things have kind of turned around. They played some good teams, really tough. They played Allendale to like a 12-point game or something, which Allendale's very good. And they beat Bridges handily last time, 50-25, I believe. So, I think they've stepped it up a little bit. Guys are dead evenly matched. I mean, they're both crazy athletic, crazy physical, and they're both do some boneheaded things at times because they go so hard. They go so fast that they sometimes get out of control. But it'll be fun.
And I'm really impressed with all of these coaches, especially Latoya. I listened to that interview that you and Wes did with her. I think it was 3 years ago. Just getting her start at Whale Branch and getting things rolling after playing at Beaufort High. And she's continued to do really good things with that program. I was really impressed with what I saw from them last year, and so far taking a look at what they're doing this year, competing and making things happen. It isn't necessarily translating in the win column, but they scrap, and they're a great group to watch, and certainly the other teams that I'll be seeing tomorrow too.
Yeah, they are. I'm going to mute you. They are definitely getting better. They have not. They've been pretty talent dry for the last couple of years. They were really strong for a few years there when they had Canoe and Thompson, Johnny Thompson. But no, now she's calling them the Fab Five, letting the sophomores take over. And she said they really just changed the pace and added some energy, and they've started playing instead of losing big. They've been competitive. So I think you'll be impressed with how far they've come from a year ago. Michaela Lapp's very solid for Bridges Prep. They just don't have a lot of talent around her yet, a lot of depth around her, but she's working hard and they're getting better. I mean, they're light years better than they were a year ago. Don't get it twisted there. But the guys that's the main event, and that's going to be fun. Top 10 battle. I believe the winner gets the number 2 seed in the playoffs, and the loser will slide to the 3, depending on the score differential, I think. But there's still some games to be played to sort that out. And then the other thing that you and I were texting about earlier this week, I got some background on that. Branchville and Allendale Fairfax have both forfeited their last couple of games. Apparently, there was a big fight, a Donnybrook, if you will, between the two teams, and many players were suspended. And so they did not have enough players to play for a couple of games. So they had to, I thought we were maybe shutting it down, because sometimes the rural schools, teams struggling, budget's low, like they'll just forfeit the last couple. But seems like they actually had to forfeit for reasons. And so so there's still some games out there outstanding this week to see how it all shakes out. But that one tomorrow night that you've got is going to be a huge one. So check that one out on WHHI and remind us when it will air.
It will start, let's see, this week we're Wednesday, so I believe it will start airing on Saturday. Typically, with us airing those games on Friday, or filming games on Friday, they air the following Tuesday. But I believe it is Saturday, and I will definitely double-check that for my interview on Talk of the Town tomorrow morning. And then they'll air, the premiere will be Saturday, I believe, and then every night at midnight for a while. And we've got a bunch of games, I'm sure, in circulation for the next several weeks, because this will be the end of our contracted 8 games. So I'll be, certainly keeping my ears and eyes on especially the teams that I've covered so far this year into their playoff runs. And if I can make it happen, I'll get to a gym and do as much as I can postseason for both you and certainly WHHI. It's been a crazy last few weeks. A lot of really competitive basketball that I've seen, and it just goes to show what these student athletes have to do, every single day just to make sure they're able to play. And it's a great time of year, covering these student athletes, the coaches and whatnot. It's a blast.
It is. It's really a blast. And shoot, let me mute you so I don't hear myself twice. It's so distracting to me. It is a blast. And, I guess I'll talk a little bit about my experience tonight, because it happens every time I go out, right? And it's like, it reminds you why you do it. At halftime, well, first of all, you show up and people are, hey. And at halftime, I had, about a half dozen people come down and visit me on the baseline and just come say hi and thanks for all you do. And, students, several students came and chatted with me, but then also, Joe Gray Peoples' dad, the football coach of Patrick Henry, came and wanted to shake my hand and thank me for the coverage of their state championship run. And, so the interactions with the kids, though, is really, that's it for me, man. Like, I just love seeing these examples of young people who are not at all what the stereotype is of them. They've got it figured out. They got it together. They're grinding every day. They know what they want and they're working to get it. And they're tremendous young people and they give me hope for the future. So I love when they come over and want to talk, and I love getting to know them. And tomorrow I get the pleasure of getting to go and watch 2 of them that I've built a relationship with, sign to play at the next level, with Kayvon Chisholm signing to go to South Carolina State, and Zion Dobson going to North Carolina Central. And then on Thursday, I get to go to May River and celebrate that with a bunch of kids there who are doing the same thing. And so, like, just, I don't know, there's something about being around young people who are motivated and driven and goal oriented and have a purpose in their life and are driving for it. And then to see it pay off and see them get where they want to go is such a great reward. So, I love everything about what we do. But that's the biggest part of it, is just, and now those kids, a lot of them that I've covered over the years, are grown up, and they have kids that are either playing or have coached some of them. And just to see that, I've said it a number of times, but to see all the ways that the fabric of our community is woven together through sports brings it home for me. And that's why I've tried to build a platform based around it, in a community where we can celebrate all that it is. So, no, it's good stuff, man. I love it, and I love what you guys do at WHHI, and I love what Beaufort's Own does as well. They'll have the games live tomorrow night, so you can, if you want to know what happens right now, you can check that out. If you want to save it for Midnight Owl TV watching next week, or if you just want to catch the replay, Marcus and the Libs will entertain you. You got Libby on with you?
Oh yeah, Kevin is back and ready to go, and Jeremy Pope, Larry Giacomo will be alongside as well. Gonna be fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Javon and the Beaufort's Own guys do as well. Who do you know who's calling that game, the doubleheader with him tomorrow?
I think it was just him tonight.
Okay.
Tristan is playing baseball for Whale Branch, so he's tied up in the evenings now with baseball practice. So I think Javon's flying solo. He does a good job though, and it's such a great resource for us to have, to be able to check in on a game just about every night. And he jumped in with me last night and co-hosted in Wes's stead, and then you tonight. So great to have that partnership with both Beaufort's Own and with WHHI, and I hope we can continue to all work together to put, the Lowco teams and athletes on the map, because it's a little bit of an uphill climb at times to get people to pay attention to us down here. But we're trying to take it all to another level so that they can see more. I got a couple more scores that came in. Philip Simmons girls 45-32 over Battery Creek. That was expected. Philip Simmons is really strong. And then JP2 girls 62-13 over Thomas Hayward. Brady Mahoney with 28-13. So another big night for her. She had a career high 31 last night. So two back-to-back huge games for Mahoney. Have you seen JP2?
Have not. I might have to go check them out though come playoff time. I was really pushing Jeremy to see if we could possibly do one of those JP2 Hilton Head prep matchups, because I just had a feeling, knowing the star power on both sides, but especially on the girls' side, that would have been a lot of fun to cover. JP2 really has impressed me just from afar this year. The Fighting Karen Floyds, as we like to call them, she's got them playing really well. And I mean, I've called some JP2 games in the past, and I'm just really super impressed with her and how she coaches up those girls year in and year out. Again, to use the phrase next man up, those girls are definitely epitomizing that and are outstanding. And Mahoney, man, what a year she's had. She's done incredible stuff on the floor, certainly as the leader of that team for sure.
Yeah, she's remarkable. You better catch them at Hilton Head Christian on Friday, because otherwise you're probably not going to catch them. You're not going to catch them in the playoffs, because Skiza will be playing all of them on the road. So you won't be able to catch them at home. But Mahoney averaging before tonight, I think, 17.7 and 11.8. But they've got Hilton Head Christian at Hilton Head Christian on Friday, and then next week early they go to Patrick Henry and Northwood, and then it's playoff time. So you will not get another chance in the Warrior Coliseum this season. So you might want to check out Hilton Head Christian JP2 on Friday. That's going to be a good one. Speaking of which, let's shout out our Lowco Booster Club sponsors, and then we'll take a look ahead to what's going on the rest of this week until we get back together on Friday for the Lowco Hoops Report, although we will have the Lowco Lowdown on Thursday, assuming I can find a co-host and the energy to go it alone without my man Wes by my side. But the Lowco Booster Club, we have a number of Lowco Booster Club members now. Court Lifestyle Pros, your buddy and mine, Daniel Court and his wife Debbie. They're with Charter One Realty, and they would love to bring you home to Hilton Head Island. Lowcountry natives who love to sell the Lowco lifestyle and the Hilton Head Island lifestyle. So Court Lifestyle Pros will hook you up. Revive Rehab, women's health and pelvic floor physical therapy. Dr. Jen and Dr. Ali are the best in the area when it comes to that. There's not a lot of competition. They do something unique that is in need for the women in our community, and we appreciate them supporting us with the Lowco Booster Club membership. Eagle Creations, great spot for promotional items and custom apparel, as well as custom gift baskets over on Argent Boulevard. Go see Mandy and Bill. Jay's Barbershop, the place to be in Ridgeland, whether you need a haircut or not. You can get some great conversation, and they got some great tacos in downtown Ridgeland. Barefoot Floor Care of the Lowcountry. Floor is so clean, your feet will thank them. Chris Odom is the dude when it comes to that. And Prime IV Hydration and Wellness. Go see Max and the team over in Belfair Town Village to get juiced up with all your vitamins and minerals in your IV drip. Looking ahead, Marcus, to the rest of the week. USCB Sand Sharks on the road tomorrow night. That is hoops, after all. They're going to Lander. The men's game was a great game, the first matchup. Lander's really strong. That'll be a good game. You got Bridges Prep at Whale Branch on WHHI, also streaming live on Buford's Own. Colleton County at Hilton Head. The girls, Hilton Head should be able to get that W, but Colleton got a win tonight against May River, so we'll see. And then the boys, I mean, Colleton looks like the better team, but Hilton Head, they shock a couple teams every year, and they've already done it to a couple people this year, and they'll probably do it to somebody else before it's all said and done. And then Cross goes to BA. We also have college baseball tomorrow, USCB hosting Edward Waters. So exciting day tomorrow. But and then Thursday, we also have hoops Thursday. Gosh, Hanahan at Battery Creek, Barnwell at Hampton County, Branchville at Bridges Prep, Cross at Hilton Head Prep, and Holy Trinity at Patrick Henry's. So we got a busy slate between now and Friday when we get together again. Marcus, I know you're looking forward to Whale Branch Bridges. We've talked about that at length, but other matchups you're looking forward to here?
You know, just hearing you talk about Cross, that program seems to be heading in the right direction for sure. Mm-hmm. And that's good to see too, because I know football has tried to, get something going, whether it's 8-man or 11-man, and they haven't really been able to solidify anything yet, as far as I can see over the last couple of years. So the fact that the Cross basketball program is doing what they're doing, that's certainly impressive, and it's definitely good for the school for sure. That'll be a good one to check out. We'll see what Hilton Head continues to do. They, like I said earlier, they really have impressed me a lot this year, having seen them twice in back-to-back weeks. That's huge. We'll see about some of these teams that have had the forfeitures and just kind of backloaded schedule, like the Branchvilles and whatnot, how they can do heading into the end of their regular season as well.
We will see very soon. And then Friday, we've also got a decent slate, and by then we'll know really what's going on as far as playoff seeding and stuff and what needs to happen for various teams. But of course, we've got the Crosstown Showdown, Bluffton at May River in the deep end, Lucy Beckham at Colleton County. That boys game could be huge. Hilton Head at James Island, John Paul II at HHCA. That one's going to be great. Colleton Prep at Patrick Henry and Thomas Hayward at Cross, as well as Buford Academy boys on the road at Bethesda Academy. So we got a busy slate coming ahead. Definitely going to be keeping you posted on Last Night in the Lowco on WHHI, as well as on the Lowco Media Network right here. We'll have the Lowco Sports Lowdown on Thursday night, and then back at it with the Lowco Hoops Report on Friday. So I think that's going to do it for this one, buddy. Thanks for riding along with me.
You got it, man, anytime, and looking forward to a great night tomorrow night. Where are you going to be tomorrow?
It's a good question. I don't know. I might get out to Hilton Head. I might stay home and watch TV because we got USCB on, and we got, the Bridges Prep Wild Branch game on. We'll see how I'm feeling. I'm feeling a little run down, man. It's been a long grind. I'm starting to, I got to listen to my body at times and stay home every now and then and catch up on on stuff, but you know how that goes. But I don't know. It's up in the air. I usually I'll make it a game time decision. How's that sound? But that's going to do it for tonight. Thanks so much to Marcus Walsh for rolling with me, and Lou of West Kerr. Look forward to getting him back next week. Off the leave. I don't know what I was going for there. I don't know. He's not on the injured reserve.
He's on the R&R list.
There you go.
The rest
we'll get Wes. We'll get Wes off the R&R list next week and get back to our usual banter. But it was great having you with me tonight, Marcus. Thanks so much to all of our sponsors and to everybody who shows up to listen or watch. You can catch us just about every night here on the Lowco Media Network. But that does it for tonight. For Marcus Walsh, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Lowco.